Hello Clash fans, Trample Damage coming at you today with a methodology for attacking the Championship Qualifier Challenge, and we're going to jump in with a Flame Flinger right up here in the very top of the base to let it start taking out some of those defenses. We're then going to slide down and go with an Earthquake spell right in between the Expo, the Inferno Tower, and the Mortar Compartment, and then immediately 6 Lightning spells. You got to get them down quick or the Builder will start healing the Expo. Barbarian King is going to come in on this barracks, and you want him on the top side of the barracks so that he moves up toward the army camp. Finally, we're going to drop the Grand Warden right in front of the cannon with all of the healers just above him by the Elixir Collector. Now, as the king steps into the compartment here, we're going to put down a giant, 2 wizards, and a witch. At this point, we're going to kind of wait for a moment. Flame Flinger's doing its thing, Warden's doing his thing, King is working his way in. We'll throw a baby dragon down there to start cleaning some of those buildings. And when the enemy king comes to engage our Barbarian King, we're going to drop the Headhunter to help save some hit points on our king. At this point, we're now going to wait, and as soon as that wizard tower is about to go down, all 4 super witches plus both balloons and the regular witch will come in at the top. The archer queen is just going to be placed on that army camp just to the bottom right of it. She'll actually take out the town hall by herself. You don't even have to look at her. At this point, the Eagle Artillery is going to be firing, and we're about ready to use the first of the rest of the spells we have remaining. We're going to drop the Rage spell just between these 2 compartments here. It'll help the King get powerful. It'll help the Witches deal more damage. The King and the Yak will power through that wall to head after some skeletons, and then we can use the Grand Warden's Eternal Tome on the way into that compartment, usually coupled with the Barbarian King's ability if you still have it. Now, the Lava Hound is going to come out, the Clan Castle troops are going to come out, and what we're going to wind up doing is placing our jump spell here in these compartments to let our troops move through. But you can see we put the Royal Champion up here on the left-hand side. She'll take out that multi-target Inferno Tower and then go help out with the Lava Pups. Meanwhile, we have 2 free spells that we're going to wind up using to help keep either the Royal Champion, the Super Witches, or the Big Boys alive with that single target Inferno Tower and that Ground Expo in there. It's usually where we're going to use both of those free spells. Tornado Trap's going to slow everybody down. This is normally when you'll wind up wanting to use another free spell. And at this point, there are a few cleanup troops that we can space out. Like down here, the archers can come on the outside. But for the most part, you can just sit on the minion, the barbarians, and the archer because there's not a whole lot of stuff they can do right now. I'm going to be totally honest with you. I believe that for the average Clash player, this is going to be the hardest challenge that you guys have seen yet. I found a couple of other ways of attacking this that requires a lot more precision and skill using a Warden Walk or a Queen Walk, but this is a methodology I think that you guys could faithfully reproduce. It's a little bit of a pain and there are a lot of little nuances that can go wrong, but if you just practice, try the Queen part in the very beginning. First time you play this, just dump her just below the corner and you'll see how she could take the Town Hall by herself. And you'll need to practice the Earthquake and the Lightning placement. Now, before I let you go, I'm going to show you one more thing that can go a little bit sideways with this attack, and most of the time when you finish, you're going to have hardly any time left. One of the things that can sometimes go wrong, the Headhunter, you can see right here, the Headhunter is coming down toward the enemy Royal Champion, and before it dies to the Inferno Tower, it manages to trigger a couple of archers to come out of the Clan Castle, and it pulls the King into the multi-target Inferno Tower compartment. Everything else about the attack still goes the same. We wind up putting the jump spell there, the rage spell was used up in the compartment above, and the Grand Warden was protecting the super witches and the big boys through there. Everything else basically goes the same. I strongly recommend you just try out the few pieces of the attack first before you start working on the timing. If you enjoy the video, of course, like it, comment down below, make sure you're subscribed if you're not already, check me out on all my other social media, and tune in next time to see how to defeat the next challenge that's coming up.